By on bonny banks and by on bonny braes, when the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, when me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks o' Loch Lomond. Not done. You'll take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye, where me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks o' Loch Lomond. Welcome to episode 6, folks. Curious Tom, here we are. Did you miss me? Did you miss me, folks? I know some of you listen every week, and that's pretty cool. And that was kind of unexpected for me. Honestly, when I started this, I didn't think that people would really tune in every week, but some of you are, because you've told me. So that's cool. Welcome to episode 6. Here we go, episode 6. One thing that you might notice is that there's a shadow behind me. I think there is. See, look at that. There's a shadow behind me. And that's because I don't have lighting meant for recording and filming stuff. So I'm using my desk light or my bed light. My desk bed light. I'm using my desk bed light. I'm using the light that stands next to my bed. That doesn't stand. It sits. What does the lights do? Sorry, I just adjusted my crotch a little bit, and I just felt like acknowledging that because I was saying something, and it would have been awkward to cut out that part entirely. So that's what was happening, and I'm authentic, and I'm telling you that's what that was. That's what that was. I don't even know if you're able to see that. But there you go. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. I was adjusting myself. Anyways, I'm not using proper lighting techniques, and it's projecting back, which is not good. It looked weird. Maybe eventually I will get a light that's meant for this type of thing, but I don't have that now, and that's okay. And because we're DIY, baby. That's what we are. We're DIY. We're a DIY podcast, okay? Okay? Anyways, yeah, it's going to get darker because it's roughly 6:10 p.m., and if I record for 30 minutes, it's going to get a little bit darker by the end of that. Hopefully not so dark that when I go outside, because I need to go outside for a little bit because I don't want to go in. I don't want to fucking go insane. I don't want to go insane, and so I go outside. That's pro tip, guys. If you are going insane, then go outside because you might be cured by that. Good bit, Tommy. Good joke, Tommy. You might be cured by going outside instead of being prescribed medication and proper therapy. Take a stroll, huh? That doesn't track for some of the mental illness you see on the streets these days. Anyways, that's kind of dark. What a weird start to the episode. We missed a week. We missed a week, and it's making me think that I hate to say this, but we might have to be every other week. But that's bad. I don't want to say that. I don't want to threaten you guys with that. Because I know how much you rely on it. I know how much you depend on it, and going every other week might literally drive you guys up the wall. So I don't want to cause anyone any sort of trauma from that. And also, I need to be able to do it. So I'm talking myself out of it right now. But I missed a week, straight up. I missed a week, and the reason that is because last week it would have been physically impossible for me to record an episode. It would have been literally physically impossible for me to even have a moment to do that because I was having so much fun. Okay, I'll be real with you. It's not a bad reason that I missed the podcast. I could get on here and I could say my frog. A cherished animal of a cousin of mine died, and that's why I had to support my cousin. That's not what happened, okay? Straight up, that's not what happened. I was having just a blast, okay? That's the reason. You got me. That's the reason. I was having just the best time of my life. And I'll tell you about it, and you can decide if that was worth the agony and stress and worry that was caused by me missing an episode, okay? I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about what happened. I'll tell you straight from the mouth of the guy with the horse, and you're going to be the arbiters. You're going to be the arbiters of justice, and if you're wrong, you can come to my house and you can tickle me. Okay? That's the deal. If I'm wrong and you think, you know what? I know you're having so much fun, but you still should have recorded. If that's the opinion you have after I tell you about my weekend, then there's nothing I can do to stop you from coming to my house, breaking and entering, and doing nothing but tickling me until I squirm around and say, no, stop that. You know when tickling starts fun and you're like, hee, and then it's not fun in a really in a little bit of an interval of time, and then all of a sudden you go, no, stop that right now. So you can do that, and then even when I say that, you can keep going. This is getting a little darkish, but that's okay. Anyways, what happened last weekend? Let's start from the beginning, okay? Let's start from the beginning. Friday night, all right? Friday night. Okay, basically I had a show in the suburbs at Babs Comedy Club. Shout out Babs Comedy Club. I did improv there a little bit and decided it wasn't for me. But it was really more of a logistics thing. What happened was my friend Dana Norris would drive me out, and she had a car, and she would drive me out, and it was like an hour to get out there with traffic on Saturday mornings, and it was just a lot to do during the weekends. It was a significant commitment that I wasn't ready for. So I quit. And also, improv just wasn't for me. But anyways, they do a stand-up showcase, and my friend Elaine Golden was headlining. Maybe did I talk a little bit about this on the last episode? I can't remember. But anyways, my friend Elaine Golden was headlining. She's the person whose house I recorded it at the very first episode back in the wee beginning. Okay? That's who that is, all right? That's who that is. You might recognize that name from the Curious Tom universe. Okay, Curious Tom lore. Elaine Golden. This is dumb. This is a dumb bit, but it's not even a bit. It's just a dumb, silly thing to say. But it's fine, and that's fine. But anyways, I went out to do a show there, and I did 15 minutes. Elaine was headlining, and I'm so serious when I say this. Top 3 shows of my life. Okay, it was unexpectedly fantastic. Okay, I posted a clip from it. It was one of the most hysterical audiences I've ever encountered. Okay, these folks were cracking up. Okay, these folks were dying laughing. Okay, I've never seen an audience. I've never been with an audience that reacted like this. Okay, which is why I say it wasn't my best show, because the best shows are the ones where they're like, what are you in the beginning, and then you win them over. These folks from maybe my second joke, they're like, we like you a lot, and we want to hear what you have to say, and we're going to laugh so hard at what you're saying, you're going to be distracted. You're literally going to get distracted, and you're going to have to ask us to stop laughing so you can keep doing your material. That literally happened at one point. I was like, you guys have to stop laughing, because I have more things I want to say. Like, it was bonkers. I didn't get through. I only got through like 2/3 of my material because the laughter was taking up so much time and space, and they were just very fun. Anyways, that was like really legit one of the best shows I've ever done. And shouts out to Emily Ramirez at Babs Comedy Club. Shout out to Elaine Golden, Levita Vegas also was there, and shoot, I am forgetting the person who went up before. Maybe I'll look her up, and but she was great too. Yeah, awesome, all around fantastic show. I've never had a feeling like that in the world. Okay, so that's the first thing that happens. Okay, also, I don't know how to talk about this, but I brought a friend with me, and this friend had never seen me do comedy, and it was like I was like, you can't come to another show. That was the best. That's some of the best you'll ever see. Some of the best you'll ever see is that show. That was magic. That was a magic night. You rarely find that. You also rarely bomb like that. Like, sometimes you have the opposite end. But that was special. Okay, that was special time. Anyways, it was cool that this person I brought with me got to see me do one of the coolest shows. And then we went out dancing, and then it was, guess what happened on Saturday? Okay, my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Not going to do the whole thing. Maybe I am. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, I'm doing it, I guess. Happy birthday, dear Tommy. Little sharp on that high note. Happy birthday to you. I turned 26. 26 years old. My brain has been fully developed for a year. And what a year it's been, brother. What a year it's been. All right? What a year. What a friggin' year. It has felt strange and weird, and it really fast. Man, this year has gone like a blink, in the blink of a butt, okay? This year has gone in the literally in the blink of a butt cheek. That's how fast this year has been going, okay? This year just flew by, and I feel like each year sequentially is going to get faster and faster and faster and faster, and then I die. And I think that's kind of what you generally think about on your birthday, but 26 kind of feels 26 doesn't feel that significant. Sorry, I'm looking at the date because my friend's birthday is in a few days. And I have to remember to send him a happy birthday because he's also turning 26. Okay. Turned 26, okay? So it was my birthday Saturday, okay? So I had a nice birthday day. My friend took me to brunch and then gave me these earrings, and they were very cool earrings that they had handmade. And then I chilled for a little bit, and then I went out to a gaming bar in River North. A gaming bar, but free games, okay? Free games. You're not paying for this bullshit, okay? None of that bullshit, okay? You're paying for the games, all right? Drinks were expensive, but you're not paying for the games, okay? Free games, except for shooting basketball, which is like, okay, obviously, yeah, that's the funnest one. That's the one everyone wants to do. I understand that from a business perspective why an establishment would choose to charge for, if any game, that game, okay? You're going to charge for basketball. That's a Pop-A-Shot. I mean, that's just gonna be how it goes, and that's not the end of the world. So, we did that. We played games and we drank, and my friends were there, and it was. I had a birthday last year in Chicago when I turned 25, and that was cool too. And some people came out, but this time a lot more people came out. Okay, because I've been making friends and living in a community. I've been making friends and living in a community of people, and a lot of my friends came out, and it was just lovely to see them all, okay? Gosh. My dad always compliments me on my ability at choosing good friends, and I have to agree with him, okay? Because I got some good friends in my life, okay? I'm just talking about myself this episode. I apologize. But anyways, so that was Saturday, and then Sunday, day after my birthday, I saw Green Day, and I have pretty much not stopped thinking about it. Because one thing you got to understand about me is Green Day is my favorite band. But not only is it my favorite band, it has been my favorite band for about 26 years. For roughly 26 years, Green Day, the band Green Day, Billy Joe Armstrong, Trey Cool, and Mike Dirnt have been my favorite musicians on the planet. And the band Green Day has been the soundtrack of my childhood, you could say. Okay, there's videos of me jamming out to Green Day when I was a baby, all right? Listening to Dookie, an American Idiot, okay? And then even some of their later stuff, like 21st Century Breakdown. I can't remember what year that came out, but people said that one wasn't good. That's a good album, okay? I'm sorry. 21st Century Breakdown has some fucking bangers, okay? Viva La Gloria, with the one with the exclamation points, not the question marks, because there's two, and I found that out the hard way doing karaoke. There's two. There's two Viva La Glorias. One has exclamation points at the beginning and end of the word, with an upside down one at the beginning, and the other has question marks at the beginning and ending of Viva La Gloria. And I'm talking about the one with exclamation points. The one that goes, "Hey Gloria, are you standing close to the edge? Look out of the setting sun, brink of your vision. Eternal youth is a landscape of a lie. The cracks in my skin can prove, as the years will testify. I'm gonna keep going. So you bent to light on fire. We're gonna start a war. Looks like I'm a gun for hire. It's what we've waited for. Hey, Gloria. Anyways, the tough thing about being a Green Day fan is Billy Joe is pretty hard to understand. And I also have a thing where I don't really understand lyrics. I hear the voice in songs as more. I hear the voice in songs as a bit more of a instrument than actual vocals. I don't really hear lyrics. So when I was at the concert, I was like, I know all these songs intimately, but it's hard for me to sing along to them. But anyways, it was at Riot Fest on Sunday, and it was, dude, it was the best show of my life. Granted, I'm biased, and I haven't seen that many shows before. But holy shit, okay? Do you understand what it was like for me after loving Green Day for 26 years and never get to seeing them live? Never getting to see them live. I know I said that wrong. Never getting to see them live, and then I get to see them live? Dude! It was so good, and they're still so good. And I know I'm biased, but they still just put on such a fantastic show, okay? They're only like 53, okay? They're not that old. And they're like athletic enough to pull off it's not like seeing Ozzy Osbourne when he was like barely living, like literally weeks from death. It's not like seeing him wheeled out. Green Day, they're young and vivescent, and that I don't think that's a word, but they got out there and they just shredded for so long. And people don't like Green Day and they say they're sellouts, and it's like, dude, shut up. Here's what I have to say to that. Dude, shut up. Okay, I adjusted my balls again. I'm so sorry. God dang, it was a nice show. That's what I have to say about seeing Green Day, okay? One of my favorite things that happened is they apparently they do this every show, but they said, does anyone know the lyrics to this song? And the song was Know Your Enemy. And they look in the front row, and apparently this kid had this sign, and they pulled him on stage. They pulled this kid on stage, and then they let him sing the end of Know Your Enemy. His name was Argyle, and everyone was chanting Argyle at seeing him, and it was just like, man, this is cool. Okay? Man, this is cool. And there was a guy in front of me that was trying to get into fights. That's one thing that I did notice. There was a guy in front of me that was trying to get into fights, and it's like, dude, let's enjoy the show. Hey, man, instead of trying to get into fights, have you considered enjoying what we're seeing right now and appreciating the beauty of this moment that we're able to be here live before the downfall of American capitalism and democracy, before the fall of the empire, we get to see a show like this? Let's enjoy it while we can, okay? We're not going to be able to do stuff like this for that much longer. Let's enjoy Green Day, okay? Let's not get into fights, huh? He was trying to get into fights while Green Day was playing. I was like, dude, come on. We got maybe 10 years tops on going to shows like this, all right? Then it's going to be too hot outside, or there's going to be drones in the air trying to shoot you if you walk funny or something, okay? Let's enjoy going outside to a park, to a festival of music, and then seeing a band that literally everyone loves, Green Day, and enjoying it. But he was trying to get in fights, and he was this big bald fuck. He was this big fucking bald fucking fuck, and he was sitting there, and he was this big fucking guy, fucking beard, bald fuck guy, and he was standing there, and anytime another big-ish guy would try to scooch by him, because it was tightly packed, we were like sardines in there, he would literally try to choke them out. He'd be like, "Rah!" and he would try to choke them out, and then he did that 4 times throughout the show, and people had to pull him apart. And then what really made me sad and a little bit concerned was he had a lady with him, like a partner. I don't know if it was his wife or a girlfriend or something, but he had a lady with him, and I was like, this is a fucking dangerous guy, okay? Not only because he's fighting people, but because he doesn't appreciate the magic of what we're experiencing right now. Honestly, that might be a little bit more concerning to me than anything else, right? Okay, yeah, the guy's fighting people. Yeah, the guy's probably violent. Yeah, the guy probably has an anger issue. But really, he's not appreciating Green Day like he should. And that to me seems like the real issue. Okay? There's my take on that. I think I've been saying that a lot. I have been saying there's my take on that a lot. But really, I think the main issue with that guy, the number one issue, was that he was in a moment that he should have been appreciating a band like Green Day, which everyone loves, and instead he was fighting. Okay? Anyways, best show in my life by a long shot. Loved it. Love Green Day. I was giddy. I'm not really a fanboy of things. Like I don't get like really crazy into a fandom of something, you know. But Green Day is an exception to that, and so I just felt giddy the whole time, and it was surreal. It was surreal, and I've been listening to Green Day ever since. Shout out Argyle, and that is the end of that weekend. So that was about a 15-minute spiel on what I did. 15-minute spiel on what I did, and me talking about me, and me talking, but that's what this podcast is about. It's about me talking and getting meta and getting weird with it and getting jiggy with it, and that's what I was doing. But anyways, you decide now. You get to be the ones to decide if I should have been allowed to not do a podcast last week. All right, you guys are the ones that get to decide that. If you think that warranted, if you think my fun weekend, literally best weekend of my life, if you think that I should have been allowed to skip a week on the podcast, then let me know. And if you think that I shouldn't have skipped a week, then you can come to my house. So you can break in. Not my house. I won't tell you where I live on the podcast. You have to figure that out by yourself. You can come to my apartment and you can tickle me until I can't say no. Okay. There's that. This might be kind of a shorter episode because another thing right now, so tired. Okay? So tired. I'm just sleepy. All right? Holy guacamole. All right? I'm going to probably go to bed around 8 tonight because I am just pooped. And I'm going to have to edit this together before I do that, and that's going to be tiring because this is Sunday. This is Sunday right now. This is when I'm talking to you right now, this is Sunday. And good God, I'm tired. I didn't sleep really well all of last week. I was underslept pretty much the whole week. And then this weekend has been crazy. I drove out to Lake Geneva for a show, and that was fun. That was a fun time. It was really fun. It was for my friend's show who her parents have a lake house there. So we did the show, and then we stayed at her parents' lake house. And it was a good old time, and we drank it up a little bit. We did. Okay. So I woke up yesterday, which was Saturday, and then I drove back home. And then what did I do last night? Oh, I went to a euchre tournament and didn't play though. But I played some darts, and I won darts. And then we plinked. You ever plink? You get a BB gun and you get some cans and then you plink it, okay? You go plinking. I'm kind of pretty good at it, okay? Kind of a crack shot at plinking, all right? One thing you should know about me, kind of a crack shot at plinking. Sorry. Good at stuff, I guess. Anyways, so I did that, and then now I'm so tired, and I just don't have much more I wanted to talk about. Oh, I guess the last episode I did, the dark episode. Ooh, was that interesting? Was that an interesting episode? I talked for like 45 minutes, and it was kind of tiring, I think, to hear about a guy so so you kind of saw me at a weird moment, and it wasn't like a dark period of my life. It was just like kind of like a lower moment of the day, maybe of the week. Maybe it was a low of the week when I recorded that episode. And I thought that maybe it was interesting, and maybe it was kind of interesting for you kind of see me in a moment like that. But I don't know. My brother reached out and said that he found it interesting, and he liked it, and it made him cry. Sorry. Sorry, no, that's very sweet. But I was talking about my siblings, and I was getting emotional, and I miss them a lot. Miss them a lot still. Still very proud of them. Still feel the same way as I did the last week. Okay. So anyways, that's like general maintenance stuff. I don't have any questions right now. And that's because I keep forgetting to put on my story to ask me some questions for the podcast. But I'll do that. I'll do that next week. Okay? Promise I'll do that next week. And I'll really try to get a good episode for next week as well. So that's my promise to you. This is one thing I wanted to talk about today, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull the plug right around 30 today. Okay, I don't feel like I have anything left in the tank after this one little topic that I'm gonna talk about, and then I have like so much laundry and bullshit and little jobs and chores to do. Tomorrow, this is cool. Tomorrow I'm hosting Zanies. I'm hosting Zanies. That's gonna be fun, and I'm excited about that. And that's by far the biggest deal thing I've done, in my career. Wow, that's cool. Hosting a Zanies show that feels like the biggest deal thing that I've done so far. I did my first Zanies spot roughly a year ago, and I've done it 4 or 5 more times at stand-up, more for the roast battle. But for stand-up, yeah, man, I'm hosting a show this time, and that feels really neat and like a level up. And so basically, yeah, you should come to that if you want. Anyways, it's like I gotta get some rest tomorrow. Okay, gotta get some rest. Maybe I'll work out too. It'll be good. Although I don't want to work out too hard because I haven't been, because boy are my arms tired and I've been busy. Okay, one thing I wanted to talk about is, you ever watch dog shows? Dog shows. You ever watch them? You ever watch dog shows? Like, ooh, look at this breed. Look at this. Look at this breed of. I feel like they're always British. Look at this breed of look at this breed of an Alaskan Malamute. Okay, this breed is perfect. The color and the coat. The coat is lustrous and the color is white. Okay, this is a perfect example of the eugenics and inbreeding that has taken place through decades of malnutrition and mistreatment. And at the end of the line, we have this beautiful Alaskan Malamute with a coat that could shine your ass clear. Okay, yes, Alaskan Malamute, perfect. It is a perfect specimen, and there's nothing wrong with it. It does have a personality disorder, and it is considered mentally. Okay, I was gonna say a word that I shouldn't, but it's been increasingly hard not to say. But anyways, yes, it's not. It is quite aggressive. It's bitten 4 children, but look at the coat, look at the color. Basically, one thing that I want to tell you is that I wish I could do eugenics on people. Yes, I do. I do wish that. And thankfully, that unfortunately right now that is legal. It's looking like based on current moves by the administration of some movements in Europe and the United States, that it might be, and even in old Blighty, it's looking like it might be legal these days, one of these days, quite soon. Okay, yes, but it's looking like that. Yes, but in the meanwhile, it's currently illegal. Hopefully that's not the case for very long. But in the meanwhile, I'm getting my energy out by breeding animals, and breeding pugs specifically until they can't breathe. And it's bad for the pugs, but it's good for you, because I am not doing eugenics on people. I'm getting my energy out in this drive to alter the genetic structure of species on animals. So, consider yourselves lucky that I don't have any saying power in any administration. I might be. I'm in talks with the Trump administration, even though I'm a resident of the UK and I have zero experience in politics. He just likes my outlook and my. One thing about Trump is he loves a good show, and I put on a good show with these dogs, and it really taps in to a part of my brain that enjoys eugenics, enjoys the Nazi Gestapo, and all right, I'm losing the thread on this, but anyways, yeah, dog shows are strange to me, and it feels like it's something that people who like eugenics do, and there's the end of that bit. Okay, probably gonna cut that up a little bit and put it in the front and use 2 or 3 things from this episode, post them. We're back in business, baby. Curious Tom is back in a big way, okay? Coming at you with the absolute heater of an episode 6. More to come. We're bringing the questions back, and I think we're getting to the point where I should have a guest on soon, okay? I'm not in talks to do that. I'm not in any conversations about having a guest. I know who my first guest is going to be, but I need some more material, and I just wanted to get the podcast established and get my rhythm down. Okay, I wanted to get my rhythm down. But I think we're going to start having guests eventually. Not every episode is going to have a guest. Probably most of them won't. But my plan is they'll be a little bit longer. I'll do a little bit of yapping, like maybe 10, 15 minutes in the beginning. Then I'll do like an interview guest style thing. It won't be just 2 guys talking. Okay, that's my promise to you guys. It should have a little bit more structure than that. And that's gonna happen soon. I think within let's say it. Let's put it into the universe that episode 11 is going to be the first guest, okay? I don't know if I'll be able to follow up on that. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know if I'll be able to follow up on that, but I'm going to try, and let's put that into the universe. I don't really need that. Well, I do need some more. I need a good amount more equipment to be able to do that, but I think that's a good goal, okay? I think that's going to be a good goal, and the podcast is going to grow and change and evolve, but it's going to be here, and I'm going to try not to miss I'm sorry I entertained only doing it every other week. I apologize for doing that in the beginning. That was foolhardy of me, and I take it all back, okay? Weekly episodes, I have to commit myself to it, okay? And I feel good to be back, and I'm feeling good right now, and I'm just so tired, and the episode is ending, and I'm feeling weird about it. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time just stopping talking, okay? Episode 6, this is the end of the episode. Goodbye. I hope you go spend some time with some cherished friends and that you learn to foster whimsy in your life. Episode 6, Curious Tom, out.